What is going on? I'm zmot, and this is going to be the Friday Boom video. Yesterday we had 2 videos out, today just the one. Code zmot in all Supercell sources is the only way to get all those extra diamonds. Well, I guess you can get them regardless, but nonetheless, the trader is back. We're going to open that trader crate, and then we're going to jump in and do all the things. We're going to start out with an operation attack. It is going to be a baby op. This is going to be just Stronghold because this is Family 9. If you got hit by the age gate, we've got a spot for you with lots of intel to play with. So if you want to hit ops that are down in the Stronghold level, there is a spot for you. We have spots all the way up though, and we are going to do sliding block. I love attacking sliding block. It is one of those op hits that looks super impressive, but it's not actually hard. So I will show you how I do it. You can tell me if I do it differently, and if it looks impressive, go show your task force mates because you will knock their socks off. Ooh, all of the troop mania is gone. That is too bad. That was so fantastic for the first week of Warships. Not sure if you guys noticed or not, but so many diamonds saved if you don't have instant training. We are going to drop in, and I like to side flare this. You don't really need to, though. Just get all of that stuff moving to the flag, and then I flare between those 2 cells just to get our troops moving left to avoid these mines. And now we just kind of hang out in here. I am going to use all of my GBE. I have not boosted that barrage cost reduction tribe, but you guys definitely should. I play a bunch of accounts, and so on this one, never do PvP, never have resources. So as a result, I also never have raw crystals. So my tribes are very, very much underappreciated, and you can see here, we're just clearing some stuff, flaring back into this neighborhood, and then getting a smoke out along that left-hand side wall. And now we're going to flare over into here, keeping our troops underneath smoke as much as we can. And then 2 smokes. 2 smokes to cover all of the area. And all of our troops are just going to hang out in that rocket launcher's blind spot. In theory, we're going to throw some critters there and a shock there. Now, if there is a rocket launcher back there, you also throw some critters on that center area, and you should be good to go. Now, you can rely on bullets taunt here, or you can be a little bit more cautious and just throw a shock, and then wait for the taunt until things start to get unshocked. So in about 3, 2, now we're going to throw a taunt, which is going to make sure that everything fires at bullet, which as long as that, we're going to do one more taunt. I didn't want that mortar to ruin our life. And look at that. We have gotten all of the left side. We're going to get all of the shields, which is going to make that right side super, super simple. And you can just walk in on that right-hand side, but I like to smoke in instead. Makes things slightly better. So we are going to get going here. You need to start moving right at about the 45-second time slot at the very, very, very latest. We are going to get all of our troops over into this neighborhood, get rid of that boom cannon. Don't care if a couple of our heavies die. We're just trying to get all of our ladies and gentlemen into one measly little square there, and then getting our troops moving. And I am going to use a couple extra flares because we have 231 gunboat energy, zooming in and out like a crazy person. I try not to, but I do play all of my accounts on a phone, so slightly issues as far as timing and flares and zoom, and I probably should play on an iPad, but I just don't. And then flaring there, we're going to shock there, and then try to get the 2 1x4 shock back there that I like to call the Lego shock. Definitely shocked a tiny bit early, but look at that. And I mean, the fact is, you clear that left-hand side, which leaves your teammates going, wow. You clear this right-hand side, and you don't actually need heavies involved. I just like to add a couple because this is only Stronghold. Higher up, maybe you just want to bring Zookas with bullet, but It's just so fun to do sliding block like that, I think. Okay, jumping on into warships, and this is my warship. We are sitting at global number 19, was up around number 5 yesterday, and then slid down. And a couple of you, when you saw me at global number 5, Donko in particular, said, I thought that was an imposter, which hurt me a lot. Nope, this is me. I have gone a crazy, crazy tech path. If you want tips or details on that, check the card up above because it can get you ranked up if you do it soon. Now, my tech tree, global number 1, Icy, is doing a very similar tech tree. I have lost to him or her a couple times this season, so well done, Icy. What they have done differently is they are going back this way now. They have just gotten this GBE. They're heading towards building damage. They also have the shield gens. I, on the other hand, have gone for rocket launchers because shield gens don't shoot back. Shield gens definitely add a bunch of health to your engine rooms, but I am trying to get Bombardier players to be a little bit slower here. So that is why I have just added the rocket launchers. I also yesterday had to wait and wait and wait and lose a bit in order to unlock this tree right here. So had to unlock Grens and Bullet, which I'm not using, just to get that troop health or building health. And so now realistically my next unlock is either that building damage to make my rockets better or that shield gen with love critters or bombardiers. But right about now, I think I've got enough offense, so we will see how that goes. We're going to do one hit here. I'll show you how I've been attacking. Hopefully it helps you in some way, shape, or form. 99% of my hits are 2 rifles and 6 Zookas. That's it. That's all. Remote defib, shocks, and letting Zookas die intentionally. Also, using Everspark's remote, universal remote, because it is amazing. I'm just going to pause here. I'll come back when we get an opponent, because yesterday I waited 45 plus minutes. Okay, we matched a 24, which means this is probably Kling Klung, I believe. We shall find out here momentarily because I'm almost certain this is Kling Klung. They went ahead and got that troop damage, which is going to make their rocket choppas much, much stronger. And I believe Kling Klung is the only one using rocket choppas at this point. Everyone else has switched to bombardiers, so we'll see how that goes. Yesterday I was 1-1 against Kling Klung. This engine room tripped me up. I think it was like further towards P1 yesterday, and it totally and utterly screwed me up. So nonetheless, let's get in, see what this 24 has got, and if we win, we're going to get like 17 stars. If we lose, we're going to lose like 3. So good opportunity for me as we get those rifles out there. Talked about it yesterday, but intentionally dropping Zookas first because we want some troops to die. Those Zookas that died right there are only making my back engine rooms able to be stronger and cleared. So I'm going to get you out here, Everspark, trying to keep you to clear some things. We're going to throw a shock on that mortar, lose a couple Zookas, not a ton, but a couple. And that's all we care about, is keeping our losses to a minimum where required. And now, you know what? Should have dropped more Zookas on that left-hand side, but we should still be okay, I think. And now Everspark coming in. That right-hand side is golden. And here is the tricky bit. This is what I want to do right about here. We're going to throw that there, a shock there, and a shock there. And then trying to get some more troops underneath that sky shield. That is vitally, vitally, vitally important as we try to shock everything underneath there. And I'm guessing that we just went against a Seeker player. I feel like that's the only way someone could have been that gosh darn fast. So we will find out here in a little bit as all of our troops arrive. Everspark arrives. I feel like that was crazy fast. So maybe that is Mr. Kling Klong using rocket choppas to be that quick. Not entirely sure, but looking forward to seeing the results because that is bonkers fast. Come on, Come on, let's get all this stuff down. Need one more hack so that those guys turn that way around, and all of our troops getting onto that final engine room with a halfway decent time, to be completely honest. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Who did we match? Tiger. Okay, I have not faced Tiger yet this season. That was bonkers fast. 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Do we finally have a Seeker player? We do have a Seeker player. Amazing. Okay, so this season was the most difficult season to get Seekers because of that tech level. So the fact that Tiger has gone Seekers is mind-blowingly awesome and frustrating. I mean, obviously, I hate to lose, but anytime you see new tech come out is a very, very good time. So, good game, Tiger. The fact that Seekers are out is news to me and likely many, so glad I could bring that to you. Notice that my tech level is 1645. Maybe I could go Seekers, you know? Hey, because I mean, all you really have to do, like you saw there, is change your defib to tiny shock, and all of a sudden those 3 shock launchers are completely and utterly nullified. So super, super interesting bits. And I know not everyone loves Seekers, but at least that is going to change the meta. The meta changing this late in the season is super, super interesting. I mean, because people weren't sure how long or if Seekers would actually show up, so love that I could bring you those details. And now, speaking of bringing you details, let's do an operation attack. Callisto is my jam. Usually, all laser rangers are loaded, but that CMO right there is going to ruin Brick's life if we let it. So what do we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shocks with some rockets covering that right-hand side. All things point to bad danger. How do we do this? You know what? I think we should be able to keep Brick alive if we drop her super, super, super late. Let's just do that. This is setting myself up for failure, sort of. We will do the full... Oh no! See, I told you I play a bunch of accounts, and as a result, we have to spend our hard-earned diamonds on some powder, but we've got some time skippers, so we're going to use a bunch of those. And I find that once they get down around here, I start to use diamonds, because it's just not worth using the time saver. I wish they made bigger time savers, or you could hold the button down, or even better, like... if this speed up button, you know how like the instant button, I wish that included time saver options as well. So anyways, we got enough powder. Perfect. I'm going to full boost. We are going to change to Zukas right about now with Brick and hopefully finish this off. There are 14 attacks for 2.5 bases, so I'm not overly concerned about this, but let's just double check our tribes before we get too far into things. See, Laser Ranger health boost. If you've ever wanted to solo hardcore, now is the time. Barrage also helps a little bit. Let's get in on Callisto. I think I've done like 4 million damage on Callisto in the past, or some ridiculous number. We are going to throw 1 barrage on that second back boom cannon. Should make sure that all the boom mines are cleared except for 1 artillery. That is the way that I place things. I use this flare slightly differently than others. I think I use the old school method of flaring. Some of you do things slightly differently. Do drop your troops out wide. It lets them get far, far, far underneath those rocket launchers so you don't have to stress the details. And then as our ladies get underneath this mortar, we're going to throw a smoke about there. And then a smoke about there, and I am going to flare back into that neighborhood. Get underneath the smoke there. There we go. Underneath the smoke. And as they pass that yellow line, we're going to get them underneath even further. And that way, all of our Zukas are going to protect Miss Brick in theory. Not 100% sure if that's actually going to happen or not, but by dropping Brick late, she doesn't get into the CMO's range before our Zukas, which means that we don't have to worry about her dying quite so much. And then as we pass that third mortar, we're going to flare onto there. Going to get our troops all sticky stackied up. And now we've got 101 GBE, so we're good to shock 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that should oh no, of course my critters, that critter launcher is not shocked, so we're going to lose a couple Zookas to it. Basically like getting hit by a mortar, but down it goes. Like that a lot. Nice little solo. Brick managed to stay alive past a Zmo, and the reason why Brick dies with Zmos so much is because she gets ahead of the Zookas. It's the first thing the Zmo sees, and so it shoots Brick in the face. We dropped her late so that it saw Zookas the whole time. Brick managed to sneak through, and we got a Forlorn Hope solo with full boost. Going to be tough to double dip. And if you don't know what double dip means, there is 2 hours and 49 minutes left in the op. That means I'm going to have 11 minutes left on my boost when that next operation attack starts. So should be able to use this powder twice. I guess actually more like 9 minutes. Task forces hate it when you do that, but I'm kind of okay with it because I'm the leader. Okay, let's do some laser ranger goodness. Imitation Game is in desperate need of a revamp. I have been whining to the devs constantly. There are no critter launchers. This is just a complete and utter joke. With the barrage tribe, you can probably just barrage all of the stages, but I am not going to be doing that because what's the fun in that? Let's just drop all of you guys and go into 3 times mode. And realistically should be using Brick if we want to do 3 times mode even better. But Kavan might save one of my very, 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 very expensive laser rangers. It is crazy how much gold those ladies cost, but fair enough, they are ridiculously overpowered. So one thing that one of you mentioned was that you would love to see the Grenadier costs and or training times reduced. I agree 1000%. I did send that along to the devs. Now, the devs very much listen to things that you guys say and that I say and all the rest, but I don't know where that is on their priority list. Would love to see some stats on how many people actually use Grens. The fact that they have a skin in this season of the Boom Pass, and an amazing skin. The Swedish Chef is amazing. Do I still have it? Come on. Come on. Yeah, I mean, that skin is awesome. I love that. I haven't heard much feedback from you guys, whether you like it or not. Someone did correct the Americanization of the Swedish something or other, I think, which again, if you guys have never dug deep into the comments that I get on YouTube, I highly, highly recommend. Just the nuggets that show up there are au top, as they say in French. So love it, love it, love it. And someone's going to say they don't say that in France. They do. I lived there for 6 months, I promise. Nonetheless, and we just had a French student live with us for 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks, and she spoke 0 words of English, so my French definitely got put to the test, actually more so than my laser rangers just did. Full boost on any of these things is a complete joke, because let's be honest, we could have just barraged things. Let's see if we can do that on this person. You've got too much ice. Good test though. Where is your headquarters? Am I blind? Oh, it's over here. Let's see if we can just barrage the headquarters and see how that's doing as far as stats go. No. Okay, so they have got a bunch of ice, so we can't just barrage their headquarters, sadly. But clumpy bases, clumpy bases, clumpy bases. Let's do a couple of these in a second here. Let's throw a barrage there and a barrage there, just to clear some of these mines. And then we're just gonna go like this and just get all of those things shocked and all of those things shocked, and then just keeping some critters pumping, and we can probably just walk through this with an absolute laugh at the whole time, and just clearing everything with our good friends, the Laser Rangers. I love this troop. I'm assuming all of you have used it, but if not, like, ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And let's see if we can't just barrage someone's headquarters, shall we? Let's see what Punchdown has as far as things go. You have got 280,000, which is probably too much to barrage, but you know what? Let's give it a try. Getting all of our GBE back onto here, and probably not going to be even nearly close to enough. Yeah, shucks. So you can't just bully people, but let's be honest. We could have just dropped you back there, and then you back there. So build better bases than Punchdown did. Granted, they are a level 71 with 5 victory points, so they don't play the game a heck of a lot, but we definitely... Come on, critters. Get it. Okay, so, by the way, I mentioned this yesterday on Telegram, but if you're wondering, it is easier than ever to get down to 0 victory points. This account I almost never play, and as a result, you get taken out of the matchmaking queue, but if you log in once every couple days, you will keep going down in victory points, and not everyone has an account to do that with, but just the fact is, getting down to 0 victory points is bonkers fun. Something to do. Maybe not fun, maybe interesting. Speaking of fun, before you go, Party Island is back. If you don't have these giant brown speakers, click on Party Island. All you have to do is click on Party. It goes, welcome to the party. And then you look around on your map and follow the fireworks. I don't have the fireworks show up because I have already gotten them, but click on Party. The fireworks are there. After you click on it, it goes to somewhere else. Like right about, oh, do we have fireworks somewhere else? Maybe we do. Looks like nope. All you have to do then is click on the next fireworks and click Party, and it goes all the way through. I've got a video up about there that shows you how to do it, so do go get those decorations if you like them. You can get 2. You might have to party twice, which is always a good time, but that is going to be it for me on the video. Party Island, Imitation Game, Operation Hits, Leaderboard, Seekers, and all of the rest. Thank you for coming in, liking, sharing, subscribing, picking up those 11 free diamonds, and then throwing code zmot over there in all Supercell sources. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.